Here we are with another tea time with Dr. Tracy. Excuse me, I'm getting over being sick, so I might be a little sniffly and congested sounding, but I'm dedicated to bringing you a video. It's a new year, and usually people, when there's a new year, they have this idea of new year, new you, and new you usually includes going to therapy. So I thought, this is a great topic to have at the beginning of the year so you are prepared to start your therapy journey. I mean, therapists are depicted in so many movies and shows and on TV. And sometimes the depiction is accurate and sometimes maybe not so much. Maybe you're hesitant about going to therapy because of what you've seen on TV or in movies, or maybe you're totally excited about going to therapy, but you're just not really sure what to expect. Well, hopefully this video will help you out. So go grab your tea and get something to munch on and pull up a chair and let's get started. Welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Tracy Dickens, a psychologist, and if you are new here, welcome. I am so glad that you found my channel, and if you've been here before, I'm so glad to see you again. So before we jump into our tea time conversation, I wanted to kind of let you know what my tea was and what I'm eating. I have some breakfast blend black tea, and then I'm eating some Dave's Killer Epic Everything bagels. Okay, now I'm just gonna say this, and they are not sponsoring this video. Okay, for those of you who know me, you already know that I love me some Dave's Killer bread because it's healthy and it doesn't have soy in it and it's vegan. The other thing I love about Dave's Killer bread is that it's a company that helps people that were incarcerated get reestablished in society. And since I've worked in 4 prisons, that is an area that is very, very important to me. But can I just say, I had not tried their bagels until this past week when I've been sick. Now, when I'm sick, food usually doesn't taste that good because, you know, you're sick. But these are amazing while I'm sick. So I can't wait until I'm 100% because if these are amazing while I'm sick, my mind's gonna be blown. Now, on to our topic, what to expect in therapy. Now, before I get going, you don't have to go to therapy to be healthy and happy and emotionally secure and have good relationships and to heal from trauma. You don't have to go to therapy. With a caveat, if you have wise counsel in your life, which Proverbs mentions multiple times, that it's important for people to have wise counsel and to listen and apply wise counsel. And by wise counsel, I mean wisdom that is spirit wisdom, meaning you can look at that person's life and you can see love and joy and patience and self-control, and you can see kindness and gentleness, and you just know they are anchored. If you've got that, awesome. You need to lean into that person, understand how the heck do they do it? How did they get there? You need to learn from them. Most of us don't really have that. You want to look for a therapist that is a wise counselor, not someone who's just spouting off a bunch of stuff that you want to hear and makes you feel good. I've had clients come to me and tell me that their therapist has given them advice such as, oh, my partner and I were having a really difficult time in our marriage, and our therapist told us that we should just have an open marriage. That is advice, and that is horrible advice. Your therapist should guide the sessions in a way that's wise and compassionate and lead you to actions and behaviors that make your life less complicated, make your relationships healthier, and encourage you to thrive and become the person that you were designed to be. Anything short of that is not good therapy. And I think the next 5 things I'm going to share with you will help you navigate what that looks like. First time you go into that therapy session, they're going to ask you a lot of questions and they're going to give you a lot of information. And you want to really pay attention to the information that they're giving you, because that information is designed to tell you what to expect from them and what they expect from you. And actually read the paperwork that they give you. Because a lot of times clients don't, and then something comes up in therapy and people are kind of surprised. We don't want you to be surprised. We want you to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Ask the therapist questions. And I don't mean like, are you married? Where have you gone to vacation? Not those kind of questions, but like find out what kind of degree they have. Because sometimes people are psychologists, sometimes they're psychiatrists, sometimes they're licensed clinical social workers, sometimes they're marriage and family therapists. But get an idea of what kind of clinician you're sitting across from, because they all have slightly different trainings and different perspectives about how to help you. And so the more you understand who you're sitting across from, the more you kind of understand what to expect in the therapy sessions and why they're making some of the suggestions. But beyond knowing what kind of clinician you're sitting across from, just asking them questions to kind of get a sense of, do you feel comfortable and safe with this person? Because here's the thing about therapy. I can do all of the most amazing empirically supported therapy interventions with you. If you don't trust me, if you don't like me, our therapy isn't going to go anywhere. You're not going to tell me what I need to know to be helpful to you. You're going to miss the sessions. You're going to leave frustrated and angry. You're going to be sitting in the room anxious, which means you won't be able to take in the information. You want to know you have a therapist that can hear you, can understand, they're accepting, they're open to what you have to say. But it's just in how they share information with you and how they sit in the room with you and the energy that you feel. Pay attention to those things, because again, if you don't feel safe and comfortable in the relationship, then well, you might as well just get up and go. And absolutely, if the therapist says something that is threatening or toxic or demanding, don't just get up and go. Run. There's going to be a question about what your goals are for therapy. Well, first they're going to ask you why you're coming in. And then the clinician is going to ask you, what do you hope to get out of therapy? Now, I tend to ask this question in two different ways. I tend to ask, if I gave you a magic wand and said, go home and wave it around your house, and then tomorrow morning you woke up, and you walked downstairs into the kitchen, and things were different, what would be different? And then the next thing I would ask is, so let's say that depression or trauma or anxiety, let's pretend that they're like that family member that shows up unexpected and they stay longer than you want. And while they're there, you adjust your behaviors in the house because you have somebody new in the house. When that person leaves and life goes back to normal, when that depression, when that anxiety, when that trauma, when that grief leaves, what is your life going to look like? What is depression and anxiety, or whatever your concern is, what has it kept you from doing? The more information you know about what you want your life to look like, the easier it is for your therapist and you to set up the SMART goals. And if you don't know what SMART goals are, well, you're in luck. I have done a video on SMART goals, and I will link it at the end of this video. How about that? The next thing to expect in therapy is that you're going to have to do work outside of the therapy session. Work is going to be different for everybody. Sometimes it's keeping a journal, sometimes it's trying new things, sometimes it might be reading a book or going to a group. Whatever it is, know that the change process is going to require more than just 45 to 50 minutes a day. It's going to take a commitment to that vision that you have for your life. This next tip is kind of in line with the last one, but a little bit more specific. This has to do with checking your butts. Oh, no, not those butts. I'm talking about, yes, I know I need to work out more, but I have to get the kids ready in the morning. And yes, I know I drink in excess, but it helps me sleep at night. And yes, I know I need to cut down on the amount of Dr. Pepper that I drink, but ... Are you getting the idea? Those butts that get in the way? Here's the deal. In order to change, you're going to have to exchange your comfort for discomfort, because you can't hold something new if your hands are filled up with what you already have. You have to be willing to make an exchange. you have to be willing to sacrifice your butts. It's going to be hard and challenging, absolutely. But that's why you have the therapist there, to help you figure out what are the steps that need to be taken in order to navigate that transition. There we are. Those are my tips. If you're thinking about going to therapy, let me know if there's specific questions that you may have that I didn't address that I can maybe answer for you in preparation for going to therapy. And down below in the description, I always have listed places where you can go to find clinicians. And while you're down there, push that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can come back and spend time with me again. Thank you so much for spending this tea time with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until next time, choose joy.